It's on! Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition. Okay, I'm going to mute this guy down here. Welcome to another edition.
Right away. Can we restart this?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Disney Parks Talk Live, bringing you what's going on in the world of theme parks. Hi, it's good to see you again. Ben and Alex are not the only ones on a private jet adventure. Just this morning, I was in San Ramon, and now look at me. I'm all the way up in Concord, so I must be using some kind of cool form of transportation as well. I am Doobie Mosley, co-founder of Laughing Place, co-host of this show along with my wife right over there, Rebecca Mosley. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, everybody.
Let's give our SoCal reporter a chance to say hello. Hi, Mike.
Hi, from the happiest place on earth and the loudest.
I was really expecting you to hit mute as soon as you said hi and just done.
Mike Celestino coming to us live from Disneyland, where he is working hard today. At least I've been told it's Mike Celestino. I've seen pictures of Mike Celestino. He does not look like this. This hair is way too short. So nice to see you manage to get a haircut, Mike. You're looking good. Looking good, young man. And then the young man below us doing our first official FTC disclosure is Jeremiah Good.
Hi, all. This shirt is brought to you by the fine folks at Roosevelt's. Roosevelt shirts. A+.
We should just record. If anyone on our team is watching that, can we get that audio and we'll just start playing that?
Well, you have to mute Mike again because I can hear the Columbia still.
All right, we are live here, so if you are out there, we would love for you to participate in this show, especially the first part where we're going to have a lot of fun stuff we're going to talk about with the Disney parks around the world, a private jet adventure. Rebecca and I have been following that closely. I think Jeremiah's probably followed it a fair bit too. Mike Celestino looks good, so we might be able to answer some questions if you have them. Howdy, Gio. Howdy, Kyle. It does. It is a good shot. Howdy, Nikki B. And howdy, Sonia. Thanks all y'all for being out there. Let's get started with the Disney Parks Private Jet Adventure. That is a really awesome.
Mute him.
Sorry about that. Yeah,
It's
Mike.
nice ambiance.
Mike, tune in with ASL if you have something to say. Okay.
Hey, none of that.
Whoa, he speaks
Jeez.
ASL.
Look
That's
at
pretty
him.
cool.
He knows the alphabet. I'm impressed.
That's pretty cool. All right, so the Disney parks around the world, a private jet adventure. They really focus that private jet thing. Is a really cool trip where a bunch of fine people are going around the world to see every Disney park around the world, 6 countries, 12 Disney theme parks, plus the Eiffel Tower, the Taj Mahal, other cool places like that. You can see the route right in front of you. It kicked off yesterday. It is 24 days. They are in Anaheim now. Yesterday, they kind of had the whole welcome thing, and they got to go to a nice welcome thing at the Opera House, the Wondrous Journeys.
Burbank today?
Today, they're at the Walt Disney Studios. Later on, they're going to be back down at Disneyland doing World of Color. And they haven't even gotten on the private jet yet, and it's already just the most amazing trip in the world. I'm glad you're following, Jamie. Yeah, we're following too. It's fun to follow from LPHQ as well. So, Rebecca, you did this morning. You did a great job. Why don't you talk some more about what's going on with the boys yesterday and today?
Yesterday was the beginning of the fun. They had a day at Disneyland where they had a few. I'm not going to go in particular order. I'm just going to kind of share what's been going on. We went kind of enumerated through it this morning. So if you want that, check out the morning show. But for now, I'm going to highlight the parks part. And that was that they spent a little bit of time in Disneyland. They had lightning lane access. They had 10 attractions available for that per person. So it gave them a chance to, hit a few of their favorites while they were there at Disneyland before they had to head back to the hotel for the evening events. First, there was a welcome reception there at the Grand Californian. They had a lovely, toast to begin the event with their adventure host, Becky Klein, the director of the Walt Disney Archives. Becky is passionate about Disney, of course, and passionate about history. So she is she shared her excitement over the upcoming 24-day trip. She's going to be traveling along with the guests of this Adventures by Disney unique private jet experience. There's also a presentation by the adventure leader Troy Johnson. And this is kind of, for me, where I begin to get a flavor of what it is that's going to make this particular experience unique from, you know, just any other old trip around the world. and it's the storytelling. It's that, you know, Disney overlay, and Troy's presentation telling you about the wonders that they're going to see and the various experiences that are going to happen on the next 24 days. Like I say, it had that Disney flair, that Disney showmanship. It was really cool. And the dinner that evening happened at the the dinner was in the like foyer area. Had the Capitol model. That's where they had their dinner, and then they went into the Opera House proper, where Mr. Lincoln sits for the actual presentation that you saw there with Troy. So really, you know, an interesting experience, not typical that you dine there in the Opera House. So, you know, a lot of fun there. Mickey and Minnie, of course, along for the fun. Doobie, you shared the pin.
Yeah, let me interrupt you for a second before you talk about the pin. Jeremiah.
Yes.
How much?
The entire trip.
This is one of 24 pins that they'll be receiving. That's one of the things that you do experience at Adventures by Disney. Each day of the trip, before COVID, each day of the trip, your adventure leader would present you with a pin that usually kind of
presenting is something that it shouldn't be just kind of thrown out. Usually they come up with this amazing story, or somehow like tricking one of the guests to do something. My adventure when I went to South Africa, one of our parts was there was a ball of rhino dung that the pin was in. So that was the excitement of that. So it's never just here's a pin. They always do to try to tie something in with the excitement. So this pin is very cool. I know this is actually one of the pins that with the Southern California Disney adventure that they've had for a few years. I believe this is the pin that they received there. But
this one has a unique pin back. It actually has a jet along with the Adventures by Disney logo as so it's a unique to this particular private jet. And one of the gifts that was waiting for Ben and Alex when they returned to the room from Disneyland was a pin bag. And so we wondered, and 24 pins. And unlike our Adventure by Disney that we have booked in a couple weeks, theirs weren't mailed to them. So they're going to be getting their pins along the way. They're going to return to that pre-COVID tradition. So here's some of the items that were in the room there when they got back. So yeah.
I really want to see Benji wearing that neck fan. That is
you and me both.
No one wants to see Benji wearing that neck fan. We do want to see if I can get the picture. If you can start talking about day 2, Rebecca, I should get that picture of that really cool picture of Benji.
Okay, well, day 2 started with breakfast at the Grand Californian buffet, including Mickey Waffles, of course. Then they loaded up and headed to Burbank, where the Walt Disney Studios are. There they had some more refreshments waiting for them, things like water and various beverages before the actual tour, and along with some time to shop in the studio store, because it does have unique merchandise available. Typically employees, it's weird to say employees, but that's kind of what it's labeled on there. It says Disney employees. Would be, the only ones the only ones purchasing stuff here. Yes, Mr. Jeremiah?
That's the actual employee center. For anybody who visited before the changeover, that used to just be the old Disney store. Now they have the front section of it is more the Disney store, and the back section is the employee center. And since we're kind of promoting D23 and ABD, if you do happen to do one of the D23 tours of the studio lot, you get to go shop there too, which is one of the benefits.
Oh, very cool. Okay, so this is part of that experience. And they, if you did make purchases, they did offer you a place where they would hold them for you, which I thought was nice. So you didn't have to carry it around with you throughout the rest of the tour. After that, I know our friends Ben and Alex, they ended up learning about sound, and so they got to have a hear from that area of movie making magic. So in the right, you'll see legendary AD artist Doc Kane. If you have seen a movie, I guarantee you his name has scrolled by. 35 years in the industry, hundreds of credits, worked with some of the biggest Hollywood actors and directors, just really quite the artist in ADR. And if you aren't familiar with ADR is that recording that they do when they aren't able to salvage from the production itself. So like if there was something going by or if the environment is not conducive.
What we're doing,
Mike.
Yeah.
They'll loop it. They'll record it again. Exactly. They'll record it again later. And his skill is at making it so you do not know that wasn't recorded at the time that the visuals were also brought in. So,
Mike, you're going to have to ADR that later. There's a bell behind you.
What?
So, and this location, by the way, Stage B, it's legendary in and of itself. I mean, that's some movie making history in that room. So just an amazing opportunity with that. And like Jeremiah pointed out, some of these aspects of touring the studios can be, you can find them if you look up the Adventures by Disney packages that are out there. So if you have an interest in the studios, check through D23, check through Adventures by Disney. This is one of the adventure leader holding an Oscar.
Over at the archives. Got to visit the archives too.
I don't know what this is, Jeremiah. I couldn't read the caption.
I was literally there 2 days ago and I did not take a picture of it, so I don't remember exactly what it is. I know the one next to it that you can't really see, which I think probably would have been more interesting, is the book from Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
Here's a closer look. I'm pretty sure this is from Harry Potter.
No.
Hoyas.
Can I go to a different show? Mike, I'm coming to Disneyland.
Sorry, man.
Now I need to go. While you continue to talk, I will see if I can track down what that book was.
So, Rebecca, Ink and Paint. They got to go to the Austin, where you have been, I believe, too. The Ink and Paint.
The Ink and Paint, yeah. This is another place of history and legend. You have, but there's a better picture than that one. Come on, I know because I tweeted it. Yeah, that. This is something we've seen since almost the black and white days, right? When we would see Walt walking around the studio, we would see the Ink and Paint.
Is that what the upper shelves were for from the black and white days?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So, a nice tight. Look, you can see what they're used for. Look, you have gator green, giraffe yellow. Look at it. See right there, gator 109.
And those have been used in.
That was just a museum piece, right?
Yeah.
So, Jeremiah, I wanted to ask you about this one. You talk about how you've had the privilege of going to the Disney studios before. You've been to the archives. You've been to the Ink and Paint. Have you been
to the Ink and Paint?
To Marvel Studios?
You haven't been to Ink and Paint?
No, Marvel Studios is actually it is inside one of the buildings that they do not disclose where it is, so it is not something that is normal on any tour. But I can tell you, if you happen to be inside a certain building to see a certain bunch of collectibles, if you look up, you may be able to find it.
I'm like, really? They call that hiding? It's pretty.
Yeah,
I haven't tried, and I know
it really is. If you kind of just tilt your head up, you can see where it is. It's not something that is accessible at all. Again, why this trip is so cool is things like this. This is not something that any regular guest paying even ABD or D23 get the chance to go up and see this.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And kind of, I think this is the one relic that most people would like to see when they go there. They actually did a wax of Benji Breitbart holding the shield. But this is now a permanent part of the Marvel Studio tour there. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, and that's our CEO who is on this vacation and very kindly.
We can't say his name again because he will show up somehow.
Sharing the fun with us, sending photos and whatnot.
What's cool about the CEO being there is when they leave on Wednesday, their first stop for him is called home. He's just coming right back up here to Northern California. I'm going to be working away in the office. I expect him to walk in and go, "Hey, everybody, what's going on? I got a couple hours." I hope not, for his sake. And then they got to eat at the Rotunda, which is pretty awesome. They also got to see a screening of Once Upon a Studio, the short. I think it's playing in front of Wish. That's kind of a 100-year short thing with the directors there to introduce it, which is pretty cool. All of this has been tweeted and threaded like crazy from them. We are taking it and put it on Instagram, tons of Instagram stories. Yes, Jeremiah.
Say, Doobie, what is this Threads you speak of?
I believe everyone by now knows what Threads is. Here, let's see if Mike can at least stay here. So, nope. Okay, so Threads is
Fine.
Threads is Instagram/Facebook/Meta's answer to Twitter. And I think when Twitter started having some major issues about a week ago, Mark Zuckerberg said, "Yep, we're ready. We're launching," even though we're missing a few key features. But it's pretty cool. Some simple stuff like search or just look at the people you're following. But that's okay. It's launched. It's pretty cool. We're threading, laughing_place. We're tweeting, laughing_place. We are Instagramming, laughing_place. Every now and then we do a YouTube short too, laughing place. No underscore. Who knew? So please follow us on all the socials if you are interested in going along on this journey. And like I said, Alex and Ben are kind enough to take us along on this journey. They don't have to. They have plenty to do without spending time trying to send back pictures and information. But I am thankful that they are.
Yep.
On behalf of the Disney fan community, of which I am one, I am thankful that they are.
Yep.
We are doing our best here at HQ to help bring it to you in as many ways as possible so you can follow along. Last night, Alex posted a day one trip report after all that fun stuff. Got back to the hotel late and still did a trip report article. Hopefully he'll be doing that again tonight and every night throughout. And follow along around the world. They're in Anaheim yesterday, today, tomorrow. Then they go up to Northern California for a couple of days, and then they're off to Japan. And China's on the list. Obviously, Hong Kong, Shanghai. They're going to Egypt. You're okay, Jeremiah. Calm down. It's okay. It's okay.
They get to see the real Taj Mahal.
Yeah, they do. They do. Eiffel Tower. I think it's going to be straight when they see it, unlike the version we usually see. Quite a trip. Quite a trip. Mike Celestino, would you even be interested in a trip like this?
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
If LP had sent you on this, you would have gone?
Yes, but I would not have expected that in any way.
I think Doobie is most excited about the private jet. So I'm
see the
really
plane.
hoping that this VIP outfitted 757, I'm hoping that they'll be able to share some images of that because, like I say, I think Doobie's most excited about that.
So I happen to know that a 757 is a powerful, powerful jet. This is private. I wonder, I would try to go up to the pilot before we took off and say, "Look, just for me, can we do one of those like straight up takeoffs just to see what that's like?" Because I know it can do it. I know it's got the power for it. And I would go for it. But go ahead, Jeremiah. Sorry.
So apparently, I guess some pictures of the jet have been released somewhere. I know that tomorrow they're doing like a big photo shoot in front of it. I know that I'm not worrying about spoiling it for Benji or Alex because they're not watching. But I'm lucky enough to one of my friends is actually the photographer, and he was telling me how excited he was because they went and got a preview of what it looks like and everything, and he just said how amazing it is.
Oh, cool. Oh, that makes me even more excited. Thanks, Jeremiah.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. That's really exciting. Yeah, leaving SNA is kind of like that by default. Except just if you get up, then you just cut the engines and glide up for the next few thousand feet. Yeah, but yes, this one is not leaving out of SNA. It is leaving out of Ontario, interestingly enough. All right.
Ontario's a horrible airport.
Not when you're flying private.
Airport snob. Jeremiah, airport snob.
No, even before I was an airport snob. I mean, I fly out of LAX, so I'm not really a snob at all.
Jeremiah, they are rolling up in the Rolls-Royce limousine. They are putting fresh goose feathers between the car and the airplane.
No, they have the guys rolling the red carpet.
Actually, a bunch of cast members are going to come by with no. Anyway, they are going to get everything they deserve, and I am very happy for them.
But they're going to get such grief when they get back.
Hey,
oh yeah.
Hey, Ghost voice on the sailing ship Columbia. What do you think about this?
Anything
You
else
know how hard it
happening?
is. You know how hard it is to come back from a cruise. How
Yeah.
painful is it going to be to come back from this? Although they're going to be exhausted. So one thing about this trip, as we learned this morning, as they started tweeting at 6:30 a.m., this is not a relaxing trip. This is packed every day. So they're going to be
I would
ready for a
take
vacation when
that
they get
over
back.
everything in the world.
I'm not saying it, not everything.
Jeremiah's like, that's a good kind of busy.
You didn't work enough to be able to afford to go. So I wouldn't say you take it over everything in the world.
I'll move
Mhm.
on.
All right, moving on.
I accept that by all means there, Doobie.
Ask for a few more raises from LP. All right, let's get to Mike Celestino. Mike Celestino, where are you coming to us from today?
I'm sitting on Tom Sawyer Island at one of the picnic tables here.
And that is where?
Disneyland, the original
Magic-
Disney theme park.
Okay. Magic Mountain. Okay, so you've been at Disneyland today. You've been you did a walk and talk with the famous Tony Betty at noon, I believe.
Correct.
And what have you found? What's been interesting today?
We were just doing a general update. We spent a couple little tidbits in Mickey's Toontown. Some of the playground equipment had been removed. That's something that we thought was newsworthy.
Let's take a look at that. So what's gone here?
So there were two different types of playground equipment there in that area right in front of Goofy's house. There was the one that I had sat on and spun around for that video. And then there was this one here that it's sort of like a seesaw, but it's on a spring and it goes back and forth like this. And those are gone now.
It's called a spring rider.
I'm sorry. What is it again, Mike? Can you demonstrate one more time?
It goes like this.
So your spinner is still back there. And
Yeah.
You got to ride on it today just to make
I
sure,
did
just
it.
in case, right?
Yes.
So is the whatever they're calling the coaster, is that closed, or is that what the big fence is around Donald's boat, or is that just the water play?
No, it's just the water play area. It has the construction walls and tarps around it right now. But that has yet to open since the redo.
So Toontown is
Yeah.
Toontown is always in a state of becoming. This place has not stayed the
Yeah.
same for a week straight. What else did you see out there?
Let's see. Well, we knew that Tiana's Place Palace. That's the sign. We're gonna get the Mark Twain next. Updates on the Splash Mountain retheme into Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and the Treehouse is still not open yet. We started off in Galaxy's Edge. We saw some merchandise, which this wasn't in Galaxy's Edge. This was in Tomorrowland that I found this. So I did pick up this very nice new Star Wars Hasbro Black Series set of the Force Ghost. I know. Don't pay attention to this part.
That's cool.
But it's very cool otherwise.
I like it, Jeremiah.
Oh no,
I just think it should come with an alternate head for Sebastian Shaw. You just pop it off there and you replace it, and you're good to go.
Then they should do that for Obi-Wan also, and I'd be fine with that if they could make up their mind of what they want to do.
Oh my goodness. Are we really going to have this conversation?
Who's the boss? Next podcast. Let's debate.
The great Anakin debate.
Anything else anything else happening over at Disneyland Resort today?
Oh, didn't you get to see the volume?
I know, that's what I just said. It just popped up on my screen.
no.
Oh my goodness.
Now I'm jealous.
When I was there for the
Breaking
D23
news.
tour, we could see it as we were walking past because it's in one of the sound stages, and you could just see it, but we didn't get to go into it.
Yeah, that's on my wish list. So,
Wow.
and I live like 3 miles from there.
That's cool. That's almost as cool as that enormous ball that's in Vegas.
No,
There's
nothing's
one
as cool as
next
that.
to the Burbank Airport, that's just a smaller version of that ball.
Oh yeah, I know. We saw it when we went to see you one time.
But anyway, wow, you should be in
And
on Slack.
Here's our
By the way, if
railway.
you're not following on Twitter, keep following on Twitter. I'm sure whatever's going on, it'll pop up there too, not just in the LP Slack.
Yeah, I love that. I'm glad you guys were here because I'm going, the volume? What's he watching? Thankfully, you guys were able to clue me in.
At first, I was like, was my volume too loud? What's going
I
on?
know. Why are you watching us? What the heck? All right. Well, Mike, are you done at the park today? Are you going to try to sneak into World of Color with them tonight?
No,
You're gonna
I
watch
got to head home
Fantasmic?
because we're watching all the Mission Impossible movies. So I got to watch part 5 tonight.
Which one's been your favorite so far? 2?
I think, no, 2 is my least favorite. I really like 1, and 3 and 4 are both decent, I would say.
JJ,
But I think
episode 3.
Yeah, 3 is pretty good. It's not JJ's a pretty good filmmaker. And then yeah, I think I remember really liking 5, so this will be my second time watching it. I'm looking forward to it.
Mike Celestino, everybody, reporting on his day at the park. Let's get to some other Disneyland news. How about tomorrow? Tomorrow morning, all of you who were so disappointed when Oogie Boogie Bash tickets stopped being sold, well, get ready to be potentially disappointed
again.
Tomorrow morning, those tickets, they halted sales. They were having some technical issues. They go back on sale tomorrow morning, no earlier than 9 a.m., I believe. No earlier than 9 a.m. Pacific time. Have you been able to get yours yet, Mike?
No, in fact, I am assigned to camp out and get tickets tomorrow morning via the website.
At the warehouse or the
So wish me luck.
Tower Records?
Tower. He's going to be at Tower.
Good luck, Mike.
So yeah, Oogie Boogie Bash tickets back on sale tomorrow morning. Good luck, Disney.
It's funny. That's one of those things where knowing that the Oogie Boogie tickets were going to go on sale, I felt like, oh, we should, write about it and, find out all the things that Mike loves about Oogie Boogie and, Jeremiah, why should somebody go to Oogie Boogie? But then I think it's an event that has trouble, like it almost sells out instantaneously as it is.
Yep.
It's not like I need to drum up but then there's part of me that's like, well, maybe we should make sure that Disney fans know what it is, because it's not like they can have a few moments to think about it when those 6 doors open.
So I was having a discussion with somebody today about Jollywood Nights coming this holiday to Disney's Hollywood Studios and Oogie Boogie. The biggest difference is everybody in California are pass holders. They're the ones that buy it right away. Jollywood Nights, which still hasn't sold out any of the nights, is unproven, and Walt Disney World, again, is the tourist destination. So it's not like every single annual pass holder is rushing to buy that here. So it is very interesting to watch them kind of go at the same time. And Oogie Boogie will sell out fully tomorrow, where Jollywood Nights were how many days into it, we still haven't sold out a single night yet.
I love that these two things are called Oogie Boogie and Jollywood Nights. Someone's making a lot of money in the naming department. So, Mike, given that, Mike, give me a good reason why you should and why you shouldn't go to Oogie Boogie Bash.
Oh gosh, lots of unique characters and these trick-or-treat trails. You walk away with like a whole bag full of candy that's pretty much paying for your whole ticket. They do this great thing called the Villains Grove, which is in the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail. And it's a lot of really cool lighting effects and projection effects. And it's kind of hard to describe, but very cool audio, atmosphere. It's a walkthrough. There's no characters in there, but it's all just kind of about the atmosphere of it. And I really like that. I heard there's some pretty cool stuff coming this year, although I don't know any of what it is. But very much, I'm a big Halloween fan, so I can't recommend that.
Michael Myers won't be there.
Right. Is there anything about it where you're like, if this is you probably don't want to go?
I'm trying to think of something I don't like about it, but it's really one of the better, like, after hours events to me. I really don't have any issues with it.
All right. Mike says go. If you're unhappy,
go.
Mike C at laughingplace.com. All right. This is Disneyland Resort, but I really think this is more up Rebecca's alley because Mike Celestino does not eat anything. Oops, wrong window. So, Rebecca, what are we looking at here?
Yummy, yummy food.
Yeah.
Coming with the transformation of Pacific Wharf to San Francisco. So don't worry, though. Some of your favorites from the Cucina are sticking around. I saw the tacos that have been people have been fond of over there. They're sticking around. You're still going to have bread bowls, but they're also bringing in kind of an Asian cuisine as well. So yeah, these are wonton nachos.
Oh, nice idea.
Wonton with pork and then a spicy sauce and slaw. So I'd get it without the pork, but I want to try that. And then pot stickers. Yeah, so yummy.
And some of it debuts this week, and some of it debuts the 19th, and then the rest of it debuts the following week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's a foodie guide. I'm sure that the morning show will be talking about it tomorrow because they love to talk about it because the two of them are very picky, Doobie and Kyle, and will not eat any of it while I come on and want to eat almost all of it. So that will probably be tomorrow too.
Is Jeremiah one of the few people on our team that has no dietary restrictions and actually likes interesting food?
Jeremiah, I think so.
Do you like weird food?
I will eat just about anything. Like I tried the guaxicle a couple years ago at DCA Food and Wine just to try it. It's not something that I go out of the way for, but I will definitely swing by and try it.
Because Kyle has no dietary restrictions that I'm aware of, but he
hates the orange bird.
He's so picky. Like, nah, we can't mix this and that because those things just shouldn't. I guess I have a Kyle voice now. So anyway, but Jeremiah.
Yeah, I was actually at DCA this past Saturday and tried the breakfast shawarma, which was something that I never would have thought, I'll give that a try because it's all plant-based. It was really good. And then I went over to Corn Dog Castle and had the breakfast corn dog. And that was very interesting.
Okay, two things. Doobie, can you put that macaron back up?
That
Baymax macaron. I'm not a big fan of macarons, but this one is going to have a chocolate hazelnut spread and buttercream. Chocolate hazelnut, buttercream. I love both. I'm excited. This is yeah.
Great. Like that, everything they put out, it's not stuff that I would normally gravitate towards, but this was all looking good.
Yep.
San Francisco, coming soon. We still don't have an actual date, I don't believe, but it is coming soon. Replacing Pacific Wharf, part of Pacific Wharf at least.
Yeah.
we need more areas at DCA is what we need.
The interesting thing was, and I haven't really looked at many of the pictures. If you enter Pacific Wharf by Carsland, Ghirardelli's and the Bodine Bakery tour still look almost exactly the same. Bodine has some Japanese characters on it, but as soon as you get around that corner, it starts to transform really quickly into San Francisco.
So we have a request from our audience. Nikki B says Mike needs to always be live at Disneyland for Parks Talk. So
I was thinking next week I'll be here again because it's the birthday. It's the 68th anniversary of the park. But I think I'll find a different spot.
This is fun, yeah.
Isn't it usually
by the way,
4:00? Is that the opening time?
Speaking of corn dogs,
I don't know.
The downtown Disney corn dogs are heading to Florida's Boardwalk. So if you like California's corn dogs, you can get them there. They had a pickle corn dog, I guess, that was really popular. So that's
Blue Ribbon corn dog. Yeah, Blue Ribbon corn dogs heading to the Boardwalk.
Yep.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Have you seen
All
Scroll?
Hands on Deck.
Have you seen
no.
a Scroll? How do you know?
I haven't. Well, that's a very good point.
Very true.
Don't know. I think the only way, based on what I've gleaned from the show, the only way to know if you have a Scroll is to murder them, and then they turn back into a Scroll.
Hey man, you do what you got to do for LP.
Or if they call Fury Nick.
Right.
So these are from a D23 presentation. This picture is from a D23 showing of Rogers the Musical, I believe, where the Scrolls roaming around. Has he appeared as just a regular character since then?
Not that I'm aware of.
like a cool one-time thing for the D23 people. That's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
I just
Hey.
feel like, treat the media fairly. I was there that day for a media showing, and we didn't get the scroll.
Mike Celestino, the media, as always, gets the short end of the
shaft.
stick. So rough to be you, Mike. So difficult.
So glad it's not me
my
this
goodness.
time that made that statement.
That is awesome. Jeremiah, I know you had to see Rogers the Musical like a commoner. You did not get the media experience, unlike Mike Celestino, but you did get to see it. What did you think?
I loved it. I actually did the premiere package.
Sorry, Kyle's line is way too
Yeah.
hilarious.
Kyle was with us.
All right, I'm sorry, Jeremiah. Go ahead.
So I went and did the premiere package because I was only there for the day, so I wanted to make sure I got it. $29 is a deal for that, but you have to get there very early. You get the popcorn bucket, which they say costs $11, which it's a bucket and popcorn. Usually that's $15, $16. And then a bottle of soda, water, right there you're already at above $17. So you're paying a handful of dollars for the actual viewing. We stumbled upon the line because there wasn't enough shade in the lounging area, so we kind of stumbled. It was sat against the wall, and we asked cast members, like, "Where's the line?" Like, "Oh, you're in it." So we were the 5th person in line and front row center for this. Like, it was amazing.
And you like the show?
I love the show. The only regret I have, as I write about in my Instagram post there, was I only got to see it once, and hopefully it either sticks around or decides to go on tour. But yeah, it's so much fun.
Wait, got another update? Oh, okay. I'll check on that, Rebecca. If you want to talk about, or Jeremiah, Haunted Mansion is closing. Is something exciting coming to Disney World?
No. Well, Haunted Mansion is closing middle of next month, early next month.
August 7th through 9th.
Thank you. Usually they don't announce closures for that short a time. August 7th through the 9th just so happens to be just before the Mickey's Not So Scary starts, because Halloween starts in August. As far as is the Hatbox Ghost coming, we don't know. But I will say that there hasn't been a shutdown for any preparation for it. And if you remember when Disneyland was putting the Hatbox Ghost, they had to close for a little while to prep the area, and then he appeared at a later date. So
Scott Gustin, who is a pretty good source in these parts, and usually when he says something like this, he actually will go to Disney to find out himself. So I will say that Scott Gustin reports this closure is not to add the Hatbox Ghost to the attraction. Disney previously said it will happen this year, no specific date. So
I'm wondering if what Jeremiah is trying to hint at is maybe some foundational aspects are being kind of laid, so that way at some point in the future it can happen in a more quickly with less interference in ops. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see. Time will tell.
I was just on it the other day, and where at Disneyland the Hatbox Ghost has that little covering outside of the window you go out of it from the attic. There is nothing there, like I was looking down at the ground, there's no prep work, no nothing. So this sounds like it's, again, we don't know, but if I had to put money down, they're going to do some prep work.
You know what I'm putting money down on? The day it comes back from that refurbishment, Jeremiah's going to be there to look for stuff. Where there was nothing, is there something? I know Jeremiah, he's going to be there. Oh, look, there's a small box where there wasn't anything the last time I was here. Oh, the dust. Clearly somebody was walking here. The dust has cleared from the spot. Wow.
One of the reasons we're really hoping that this was for Hatbox Ghost is just 1 month later, Disney's biggest fans in the world, other than the people currently on an airplane, are going to be at Walt Disney World for Destination D, right, Jeremiah?
Yeah, that is coming, and it is. There has been I don't want to say a tradition, but in the past there was a D23 event that took place at Epcot. And just so happened, that was also the day that they put in the Three Caballeros animatronics into the attraction. So it was, there was the D23 event, and they said, hey, let's go do this. And they were some of the first people on there to see the animatronics return to Walt Disney World. So
Destination D starts September 10th. They did this week just announce a couple of their presentations. They're going to have a 25 years of innovative design at sea for Disney Cruise Lines, and Epcot always in a state of becoming, which I think we can all attest to, considering.
An understatement.
Yes. You would not believe it takes that long to put in a water fountain, but it has not opened.
Say, look at that new water fountain. Or fountain.
And by the way, if you were not able to purchase a Destination D ticket, which they went very quickly this time around, they have announced that select presentations will be made available live. They did this last year. They actually last time they actually shared quite a surprising to me at that time percentage of what was on stage. Mostly it seemed to be performance dynamics that were not available to those of us watching from home. A lot of the presentations were made available, so we were able to follow along with those in the seats.
Mike, have you met any characters today?
Yeah, we saw a bunch on the live stream. We followed around Peter Pan and Wendy and Aladdin and Genie, Mary Poppins and
Indy?
Dick Van Dyke. No.
Have you seen Indiana Jones today?
Dick Van Dyke around? That's weird.
No, we did not see Indiana Jones. I have not seen him today.
Indiana Jones today. How many rounds of pinball have you played?
None. I haven't played it at all yet. In fact, I forgot my quarters, but next time.
They're not going to keep it around, Mike.
They're not?
Yeah. That's the moneymaker.
I mean, come on.
I will tell you, when I was there on Saturday, I walked up to it to try to play it, but somebody had a table directly in front of it, and the chair was blocking the entire game. And I'm just like, okay, this is how you fail, Disney.
Jeremiah, were you one of those people back in the day that every time you'd walk through the castle, you would spin the turnstile for the walkthrough just to help keep it open?
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Do you know this story, Celestino?
No, I didn't know about that.
They had turnstiles at the
back in the day.
At the entrance and exit, or only the exit?
I think just the entrance.
No,
or maybe the exit.
Yeah.
So annual pass holders would walk by and just spin it a few times, so that way it would seem like more people.
I like that they cared enough to keep it open, but didn't care enough to actually go in.
No, it would usually be when I would come out, I would spin it a few times.
Mike Celestino just defined an annual pass holder. I want nothing to change, even though I experienced none of it.
And I'm going to give a shout out to a different website. I believe Yesterland just put up something about the walkthrough, the 76 walkthrough. So go check that out, because that was the one that most of us know. The 08 update, how many of us have wanted to walk through the castle to see, the cool projections now? It was all about the Barbie dolls and the Battlestar Galactica dolls back then.
Is that still
today?
You did?
Yeah, for the live stream. Tony got him to go through the castle.
Oh, awesome. Wow.
Vivi, you're going to try to get me to go up into the treehouse on?
Of course.
Well, I'll be at Epcot, so that'll be hard.
Is it still run by Werner Weiss, Yesterland? Do you know?
I believe so.
Cool. Wow. We've been around a while. That's been around even longer than us, Yesterland. So that's pretty cool. Jeremiah, I was going to skip this item, but you came prepared to talk about the Lone Ranger today.
So, the Lone Ranger. I don't know why this came up at all. I know it was some article that randomly got some type of information of a former Imagineer sent a proposal to, I don't know the names, I'm sorry, I know about it, proposing a overlay to Big Thunder. Our article says Disney possibly, and a direct quote from somebody that was associated with this said, Disney had no plans to make an overlay. This was all what this person did. They wanted to take this amazing film, Johnny Depp's Lone Ranger, that I think I have 2 of these, and I think I bought more than anybody else did, and transform Frontierland, mostly Big Thunder Mountain, into a Lone Ranger type attraction. But sadly, the film definitely failed in the box office. And if it hadn't failed in the box office, if it was open a few years later, they would have been changing that quicker than any other attraction.
For reasons we will not get into here.
I will say that this is a actual prop from the film. It is one of the train spikes, and I purchased it, and I happened to also purchase a handful of them for a certain Imagineer that knew a lot about this project too. So yes, there was a urge by people to make this, but was Disney ever going to do it? Not a chance.
Wow, Lone Ranger, Armie Hammer, and Johnny Depp, I believe, were the two stars of that film. Yes. File it away. You won't see likes like that again. Let's see. I just want to quickly mention this item. This is available at Shop Disney. We invite you to purchase it through Laughing Place. We get a small commission if you do. Did I get that right, Kyle? Small commission if you do. What?
Is it this?
No, it's this.
Yes.
The bride. Right, Rebecca? This is Constance?
Constance
Yes.
Hatchaway.
Yes,
Constance
it's Constance Hatchaway.
Okay.
The
She
limited
is a-
edition doll that's available currently at Shop
1,000
Disney.
pieces.
And you get to put them together. Mike Celestino, I was going to bring you on. Go for it, Mike.
I saw that today. We have it. They have it for sale at the Disneyana shop here at Disneyland.
Did you pick one up?
No, but I took pictures of it, and it's on Twitter.
Well, so much for us getting any
Threads.
money from it. Now it's buy it at the parks. Don't care about Shop Disney.
Well, no, you can just come to the park to see it in person. Make sure you like it before you invest, and then go on Shop Disney through Laughing Place.
Through Laughing Place.
Pick it up there.
Also on Shop Disney through Laughing Place, they've restocked some of the Roosevelt Disney 100 shirts this morning. So
Like
this
the one you're
wasn't
wearing?
available. They have some of the first drop, which is the Steamboat Mickey, which I believe you also have, Doobie. Is that correct?
I do. I have Steamboat Mickey. I have the one that you're wearing, and I have the one with the little various Mickey and all different, the blue one, which, by the way, I look great in, as I have said before. When I walk around in that shirt, I feel like I own the world. Me plus that shirt actually works.
Like I said, we're going to wear the same shirt and people won't be able to tell us apart, like twins. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito have nothing on us.
Thank you, Tony Betty, for chiming in. David Spade has said he's seen drawings for an Emperor's New Groove attraction, but it doesn't mean they ever get approved greenlit. Those Imagineers got to keep busy in between projects.
I heard that on his Fly on the Wall podcast too.
Whoa. Is that where Tony heard it?
I don't know, but that's where I heard it. So.
Hey, Dean. Thanks for joining us. We're talking Disney parks today. If you missed any of it, after the show, rewind. Please watch it. And we do this every Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific. And starting this week, Mike Celestino does it live from a Disney theme park.
Now there's a helicopter flying.
I've done it a couple of times. I mean, you've done it from the parks a few times also, but I can remember doing it from, I think I was at Epcot, and it was just the worst experience ever. So I know how you feel.
Open suggestions for where to do it from next week.
Go into the lobby of the Grand, sit in one of the rocking chairs by the fireplace. Hopefully the piano.
Then I'm the loud one, and I look like an idiot.
Is the Disney Gallery balcony still an open place? Do you still just walk up there and hang out?
No, it's that $10,000 a plate restaurant or whatever.
Oh, darn. Because that'd be a cool place. Set it up with the whole crowd in the background. Just do it all. We'll come up with some ideas. Maybe we'll crowdsource that and send you all over the place and do a guide for the best places to quietly live stream from Disney parks.
I think the back section of Hungry Bear could be good. Like
maybe, yeah.
Back corner.
But don't forget, we also have the same ships passing by over there. And a cannon that goes off.
Anyway, well, think about it. Jeremiah, there has been some casting information for Jollywood Nights that might give a clue as to what's coming. Are you aware of that information?
I did see it. I did not look at all the casting information for it. I mean, the stuff that we've known that is coming in the description that we did for the Christmas in July, for the big show at the Theater of the Stars that'll have Kermit and Piggy. So I'm guessing they're casting pig and a Kermit and a frog that'll
They are.
be on there.
They are. They're also casting a Tiana lookalike with the ability to riff in a style similar to Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas."
Yeah, that description when they said that made me not want to go to this event.
And a bell-faced character to sing "As Long as There's Christmas." I'm sad they are not looking for a George Michael lookalike to sing "Last Christmas," which is the greatest of all Christmas songs. But and by the way, if you haven't seen the George Michael the Wham, documentary on Netflix, it just covers those 4 years of Wham. Excellent documentary. Go check it out on Netflix. Such memories.
Is
Wake
that
me up before you
Wham
go.
or with or without the exclamation point? Oh,
Always
speaking of,
with.
I know this
Yes.
isn't parks, but if we're talking about Wham, we need to talk about a certain photo that was released this morning.
Go for it.
Deadpool 3.
Oh no, we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, we do. Wolverine in his full X-Men outfit.
Where we talked about that this morning. Where were you for that excitement? We could have used that.
You guys never invite me. I don't get to play with the cool kids. Oh wait, I was interviewing Ashley Eckstein this morning.
So what was that all about? Why were you interviewing Ashley?
So for Comic-Con, every year they do the Her Universe fashion show, and this year it's themed around Disney 100. So they reached out to me and asked if I wanted to interview Ashley, and her co-host this year is your BFF, Michael James Scott. So tomorrow I'm actually interviewing him, and
Tell him I said hi.
I will. I'll tell him Doobie just like I told Ray-Vaughn. Doobie says hi, and he went, "How do you know Doobie?" Yeah, so it was. We're doing. I'm covering the fashion show at Comic-Con while Mike is probably going to be in the room relaxing.
Since you mentioned him, I feel a need to.
Oh, that's funny. I was looking for the picture too.
Me and my buddy, Michael James Scott, hanging out at the Essence Expo.
I hopefully will get a picture of him not moving.
No, I don't think it's possible. I feel like every picture we've ever taken with him is like that. He's just
That
a
was
ball of
cool.
energy. It's amazing.
That was cool. I've said hello. I have never truly met Ashley Eckstein, and I'm very sad about that.
She is one of the most beautiful, amazing people on this planet. If you don't follow her on Instagram, go follow her, because every Monday she does Mental Health Monday, which she did like right after I got off the Zoom with her. And she is just such a positive person for everything. And one of the things I talked to her about is it's really her when she created the Her Universe line in 2010 that really, makes my shirt, Mike's shirt, Doobie's shirt. That's before this, it wasn't we didn't get to wear geeky stuff and be okay with it. She kind of transformed, as she said, the Disney adult came about because of her making Her Universe and making Star Wars cool for adults to wear, and not just Mike.
Just Mike. Awesome. Is that going to be on LP? What was that for LP?
It's more of just I'm putting it together for the article and everything for it. But there will be something that'll come out. I'll edit stuff together with her and Michael James Scott, hopefully singing the LP theme song.
Yes. Oh, dreams come true. Dreams come true.
It's a wish.
We mentioned Essence Fest, Michael James Scott. Did I talk about Came to Play last week? I can't remember.
No.
Okay, so Disney is launching a new
Oh,
Essence
yes, you
Fest.
did. Yes,
Okay.
because the Play Pavilion.
Okay, sorry, I've talked about it so much. So I'm just going to put a link in the chat. I finally was able to write an article about Came to Play, kind of goes into a little more detail and some videos where they introduced it. It's just Disney's new marketing campaign, officially launching this fall, targeted at the Black audience, Came to Play. So I won't talk about it again, but if you have a moment, go check out the article, please. Let's see. I think that's kind of it. Wait, I hear something. It's just great to hear the sounds of the park in the background. I love that. We have a suggestion for Jeremiah to do the show live from the treehouse. I love that idea. The Main Street porch is perhaps a quiet place for Mike. That's a good location.
If
That
you
could
fight
work.
the people.
Mike managed to get on one of those spinny things today. Mike's not afraid to kick someone out of his space.
You should do it on the Mark Twain.
Where did you
Here you go.
send that video, Mike? I was trying to find it. Do you remember where you put it?
I thought it was in Cabal.
Okay, let's check there. No, it's not. I don't see it in random.
I'll just send it to you again after this is over.
Okay.
Well, that's no fun. You got to do it now.
I know. That's okay. That's okay. We'll have it for trivia. I see you browsing, Rebecca. Are you trying to find anything? You okay?
I haven't found it. Nope, it's fine.
Okay.
What I was looking for is not to be found.
Did I miss anything, Mike, Jeremiah? You guys want to bring up from your respective resorts?
Well, I told this to Tony earlier, but I was perturbed by the availability of non-in-universe apparel in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge today. But I thought it must have been a mistake, and they'll probably remove it as soon as somebody realizes it.
What did you see?
It was a hat that was like a 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi, like ball cap.
Disgusting.
I know. It really made me sick.
Are you okay?
Did you go have a Ronto wrap? That's the wrap. That's the
By the way,
Ronto.
were you guys both at the Hollywood Bowl recently, or just Mike?
Jeremiah and Benji went Friday. I went with my wife and friends on Saturday.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, that was my first time ever seeing John Williams live. So
What?
there are.
What?
I know. Trust me, you're not the first person to say that. I do have some videos of different performances that will be up on Laughing Place YouTube later this evening, now that I have a chance to sit down and do it, including his encores.
The
And
Duel of the Fates with the choir was pretty awesome.
I can still remember that from a decade ago. So
but the
incredible.
best part of the encores was, in fact, when John Williams turned around and goes, and E.T., and starts playing the song to E.T.
He pretty much did that.
Version 2.
I tried to keep my head perfectly still so it would look like just the background was moving, but then I forgot about shadows.
It's good you didn't go to school for film or anything, Mike.
That face. That face.
It's the best.
Thank you, Mike Celestino. I'll say one more thing since it's kind of theme park related. In a very not really sort of way. But yesterday, my son and I went to Jurassic World Live down at the SAP Center, now touring. So go check it out, Jurassic World Live Tour. Not too bad. You get it's actually a narrative. You get to see it's a retelling of a brand new Jurassic story set in Jurassic World with real dinosaurs there. It's pretty awesome seeing all the real dinosaurs right in front of you.
Wow, real raptor.
Wow, real raptor. Yeah, lots of real raptor. Here's one of the here's the T-Rex that was on there. He actually moves around on his feet with the help of this little thing under him.
If only there was more fog. That was when I saw it before pre-pandemic. I was like, they just needed to have the entire thing blanketed with fog, and it would be so much cooler.
Go ahead.
Sorry,
Go ahead, Mike.
I'm gonna make a dumb joke. When I heard that they had found more fossils that revealed that Tyrannosaurus Rex always had this clump of dirt underneath him that followed him around, I thought it was absurd, but there's the evidence right there.
That's not dirt.
I will.
You know, there was a pin inside of there too. What?
I feel like Gideon was far more impressed with the other Jurassic exhibit that we visited. The one that isn't a stage show, but rather it's like a wandering tour exhibit. Trying with the tribute, giggling like a schoolgirl.
That's it. What?
I'm trying to remember the hand motions for the narration. It's the first 5-masted sailing ship to circumnavigate the world and visit all 7 seas or something like that.
Now you know it. Now you know exactly how many trips get made in an hour.
Yep. I'm just happy both of them are. Look at that.
I actually know somebody who's out there somewhere. She used to work at my place of employment.
That's
Cool is this? The dinosaur is running around. Look, she's trying to get his attention to save her friends.
Because Triceratops are herbivores and they're just pissed off at the people that chasing them? What?
It has a plot that makes sense. Gideon was far more impressed with the other thing we did, but he loved this. This is cheesy and it's fun, and there is nothing wrong with skateboarding dinos. It is a ton of fun. So some of them skateboard, other ones are guys in a suit.
I need to go to Dinosaur World at some point when I live out, since I live out here. But
So if you get a chance to see it, relatively cheap, quick. It doesn't go on forever and ever. It's quick.
No.
It's fast paced. Check it out. You won't if you're into silly cheesy stuff, or you have a very young one. I didn't see people out there getting squeamish and bored or coming out unhappy. I think it did exactly what it promised. Really enjoyed it.
I'm sorry, but seeing those tall masks travel behind Mike every so often makes me so happy. I love
This is
it.
awesome. This is great. When you leave, Mike,
figured out
Mike,
exactly where he is.
Mike, when you leave, can you just leave the camera behind so we can have this shot permanently?
Sure. We'll just have a live stream going until my phone battery dies.
24 hours. There we go.
Where are you? But maybe before we say goodbye,
Yeah.
you can like pick up the camera and
right
let's
by the
see exactly
bathroom.
where you are.
Yep.
Yeah, there's the. Oh my god.
Oh, someone gift that.
There's the
That's the best.
Sawyer Island bathrooms right there.
But no, I just
And you
I
kept the
miss-
language, Mike. You kept the
Mike,
language in
Mike,
check. Way to
Can you
go.
actually go
I-
over and walk the rope bridge? Can you the barrel bridge? Can you
no,
go, 'cause it's right
no,
around the corner.
no.
Come on.
no, that
I'd
is
have-
that's a disaster
I'd have to pack
right
up
now.
all my stuff as a
No, leave
diaspora.
it. It's
right
fine.
I really wish Disney would at some point set up
That
webcams.
was great.
I really
That
wish
was
they
great.
would.
They used to have the
webcams.
webcam over right where you said by the old Disney gallery, looking out. over
Long
the-
time ago. That's what I was afraid of, Kyle. But Mike is a professional. He kept it all in check. It was very nice.
I just discovered Kings Island has one, so it has several. So now I've been watching the Kings Island.
When we make that GIF, we have to call it the Mike drop, right?
Mic drop. I like it.
Oh, the Tony Jeremiah feud continues on the air. All right, folks. This has been one of the more enjoyable live streams to be a part of, as bad as it was for you guys at home. Thanks for joining us. Tomorrow morning, I'll be back 9 a.m. talking about whatever's going on in the world of Disney with my good friend Kyle Burbank. Hopefully, we will have a video of Mike dropping his phone as a new drop on the show.
And
Until
and
then.
please continue to send in suggestions for the quietest place in Disneyland. And next week, we'll see if you're right.
Thanks for joining us all.